welcome to the classes. So I am your new English teacher. So today I'll be starting with a new chapter, that is present perfect tense. In your previous classes you have already learned the chapters, that is simple present tense and present continuous tense. So now coming to our next chapter, that is present perfect tense. So what exactly is present perfect tense? It's a type of present tense, third type of present tense, and here you are going to relate the present with the past. It is a connection between the present and the past. So it also shows some of the things we'll get to learn here. So let's start. So what is the form of the present perfect tense? As you've already learned in present tense and present continuous tense, there are some definite forms, or you can say formulas. So here start. So what is the form over here? There will be subject plus has or have. Has or have cannot be together. Either has or have. Subject plus has or have plus the third form of verb. Your concept is clear about the form of verb. There are three forms of verb. Form 1 V1, form 2 V2, and the third form V3. So here we will be using the third form of verb, that is the past participle one. Then suppose, don't get confused about the forms of verb. These were like take, taken, like that. Those are the forms of verb. So when we use he, she, it, what I told, when we use he, she, it as a subject, we use has with it. When are you going to use has? When you have he, she, or it as a subject, then you are going to use has. Clear? Secondly, when we use I, you, we, or they, what are those? I, you, we, or they as a what? As a subject. We use have with them. What we use? Have. I think you are very clear with the concept of subject and the predicate. Subject is what? Whom we tell about. Ram is a boy. So Ram is subject, and predicate is what? Is a boy. So subject, with subject he, she, it, we use has, and with subject I, you, we, they, we use have. I suppose the concept is clear. Now coming to the uses of present perfect tense. Please listen carefully. These are the uses, some of the uses. Present perfect tense is used to indicate completed activities in the immediate past, or these are the recent activities. Here you are going to talk about the activities. Activities means whatever you do in the immediate past, just completed. You have said, you can see the word, you can say right word here, just completed. You have just completed, or some of your recent action. Recent means just you have done recently. Example, he has just gone out. He has just gone out. I have finished my homework. I have just finished my homework and I am free now. I am free to do anything. Like you tell your dad, I have finished my homework. Now can I go to play out? Now can I go out to play? Like that you say, na? So that is what? I have finished my homework. You have just finished your homework. So this type of tense where you can see that these are the immediate past, or that's just the recent activities. So here you use what? This type of tense, present perfect tense. You can identify that these are present perfect tense. Now coming to the second one, it is used to describe past events when we think more of their effect in the present than of the action itself. So to describe what? Your focus is on past. You are describing your past, whichever is gone. Past is gone. And when you think the effect is still in the present. You have completed the action in the past. You have completed the action in the past. But the effect of that is still in the present. I have finished my homework. I have finished my homework. That is finished. You have completed. Third form of verb. Third form of verb comes with what? Ed. Ed. Finish, finish, finished. So I have finished my homework. Finished. You have already completed the action, but the impact is still in the present. So I have finished my homework. Now what to do? do some more studies or can I go out to play? I have cut my finger. I have cut my finger. I have cut. You have cut your finger and now it's bleeding. Papa, I have cut my finger. Mom, I have cut my finger. Now what to do? It's bleeding now. So you have done it in the you have done it in the past. You have cut. You have already cut your finger. Now it's bleeding. What to do? It's not mentioned here that it's bleeding, but definitely if you are going to cut your finger, it will bleed. So I have cut my finger. So the action is it's bleeding now. Now what to do? Because action is done in the past, but the effect is already in the present. To talk about experiences or past action. These are also used to talk about our past experiences, previous experiences, or the past action that is already been completed in the past. I have taught English to many students. I have taught. You have already completed teaching them. Teach, taught. Teach, taught. So, I have taught English. You have completed. You have successfully taught English to many students. The action is already completed. These are your previous experiences. That suppose if I am going to tell anyone that I want to be an English teacher. So being an English teacher, I can say I have taught English to many students. That is why I am a teacher now. So these are my past experiences or the past action. I have known him for a long time. Know, known. What is the form of verb? Known. I will be giving you a table of the three forms of verb, which will make you easier to understand this concept. I have known him for a long time. I have already known. This is the past action. You have known him for a long time. So these are the examples. Number fourth one, unspecified point in the past. What do you mean by unspecified? When the thing is not clear. Like when the thing is not being specified, not being made clear. I have been to Spain 3 times. You have been to Spain. How many times? 3 times. But have you mentioned in suppose I have been to Spain 3 times. Once in 2011, once in 13, once in 15. But have you mentioned here the years in which you have been to Spain? No. The years have been the years here are unspecified. When you say I have been to Spain 3 times, nobody can make it out in which year you have been to Spain. You have not said that I have been to Spain in 2011, 13 and 15 respectively. No. You said I have been to Spain 3 times. Those years are not specified. Na? Only 3 times is specified. In which year you went there is not specified. So unspecified point in the past also signifies present perfect tense. Now coming to the last one. It is used for the events that begin in the past and haven't changed. These things have begun in the these have began in the past. This actions has already begun in the past, but till now they haven't changed. What are the use for those ones? For and since. Example: Julie has worked at the Spencers since September last year. She has been working since the last September. Now this is 2020, so she has been working from 2019 till now. But here they have not mentioned that she is still working or she has left the job. They have mentioned here since. So looking at since, you can make it out that she is still been working there. So these things, the events that begin in the past and still they have not changed. She has not changed her job role. She is still working there. So here also you will use for present perfect tense. So this was about the rules, some of the basic rules of the present perfect tense. We will be doing a table for the present perfect tense in our next session of class. So if you have any type of doubt or queries, you can get back to me. Thank you for watching.